What is up, everybody? Furious Nation right here on YouTube.com. This is your preview and predictions video for NXT Takeover 36. I am Nick Fiore, the founder of the Furious Nation YouTube channel right here on YouTube. Cameron of the CNE podcast here with me doing the preview predictions for NXT TakeOver 36, SummerSlam 2021 weekend this Sunday on August the 22nd of 2021. Cameron once again making an appearance right here on the Furious Nation YouTube channel. Cameron, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Appreciate you having me on the channel, man. I'm ready to talk some NXT Takeover, and I'm ready to talk some NXT Takeover. This very well could be I don't think this would be the last Takeover ever, but I'm curious to see the direction they go in after, all the reports and after all the turmoil and reports we've heard about NXT. I'm curious to see the direction they're going. I'm kind of scared for them.
We
But
don't
we
know if
have
they're going to be more characters, more big guys, like with the reports, like no more midgets, and I'm hearing like no small guys that are old. Like we don't so it's like we really don't know what the hell is going to go on. I'm actually very nervous for them, and honestly, anything could happen. But we don't know what's going to happen. I'm hoping to God it's for the fucking better, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Cameron, and I'd be lying if I didn't tell you if I told you that I was not nervous about this.
Oh yeah, I feel you. I'm nervous too. I'm extremely nervous about NXT.
And then I'm
Uh,
hearing
I
reports and rumors of they could go back to taped, and apparently USA Network's not too happy about that whatsoever. So honestly, they need to get. There's a lot of things with NXT. One, they need to go back to the WWE Network. They should have never left the network 2 years ago to begin with. Also, they need to go back to 1 hour. NXT is just not built for 2 hours. I'm sorry. They're not. Yeah, Dynamite and SmackDown's 2 hours, but here's the thing. They've always been built for 2 hours, not NXT. That's the difference of it all. So, and it's like, go get some people. Oh, but you complain about NXT at 2 hours, but you complain about that, but you don't complain about SmackDown and Dynamite at 2 hours, though, man. Actually, no, we do that. Oh, but Nick Fiore, you have an issue with NXT at being 2 hours long, but you have a problem with that. But I don't see you complaining about 2 hours being with SmackDown and AEW Dynamite, man. Do you want to know why? It's because SmackDown, with 2 hours, they've always been built for that kind of way since 1999. Dynamite since 2019. NXT was never built for 2 hours. They've always been built for one. That's very big difference. Very, very big difference. So NXT, they were never built for 2 hours. They were never built for 2 hours. They were always good at 1 hour. 2 hours is too long for them, in my opinion. They need to go back to 1 hour. They need to go back on the WWE Network. And like I just said, like moments ago, they should have never left the WWE Network to begin with. They just put them back on the network on Peacock. That's what they need to do. Oh, but that doesn't do anything or mean anything, man. Number one, fuck USA Network. It's a shitty network. Number one. Number
Peacock.
Number two, them, ever since they moved to USA, they've not been the same. They've not. Maybe towards like February 2020 / March 2020, but that's about it. What are your thoughts on that, Cameron? Real quick.
I'm in agreement with you. Look, we all know why NXT was moved to USA Network. We all know why.
Because Vince McMahon despises AEW and the AEW effect. Oh, but Monday Night Raw's not afraid of AEW. Motherfucker, yes they are. Yes they are.
Exactly. Like, we all know why that happened. Exactly. We all know
Triple H and NXT, they did not even want to compete with AEW to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, AEW was always going to win that war because it's new, and because it's new and different. That's one. That's one. Two. They got to get that. Two. The TV show. Look, the NXT television shows. They're usually pretty good. They're
I'm not
usually pretty
saying
good.
they're like
They have,
Raw
they,
bad bad. It's not bad. It's just not the same. It's like if
there's
I had
no
to
buzz
choose Raw
around
or NXT, I choose NXT over Raw any day of the week. Like that's like Raw is the worst show on television. It's not Raw
there's
levels of bad, but it's just not the same.
there's no buzz around it. There's no buzz around NXT. That's the thing. There's no
That's
buzz.
a problem.
Exactly. There's no buzz. There's no buzz. And to be honest with you, no wrestling promotion around outside of AEW and New Japan have any buzz around them. That's it. Have any buzz around them. That's it. When's the last time you hopped on the timeline and went, man, I can't wait to watch that Ring of Honor show Saturday. Never. And that's no disrespect to shows like Ring of Honor and MLW and Impact. The weekly television shows are usually very good. There's just no buzz around them. NXT has no buzz around it.
There's no momentum behind them, and that's a major issue.
Yeah.
It's a major issue. I'm very. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens to NXT in the next coming weeks, but very, very nervous to see what happens to them. I just hope it's for the better, but I have my nervousness about it, and we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But again, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. Anything could happen. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't. They may be more character driven. They may be more big guys. Maybe we don't know what's going to happen. Like with the reports, I don't know what's going to
Yeah,
happen or where
yeah,
what shape they're going to be in.
yeah,
But I don't know what the hell's going to go on and happen. But I just hope to God it's for the better. But I'm just very, very nervous about it. That's all I got to say.
I hope they. Oh, I hope they got it for the better too. And if they want to get more character base, and if they want to get more character base, to me
But
that's
but
fine. I
but I
think
hope
it's.
it's not 2010 NXT. That's why I'm so nervous about it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Of course, I hope it's not 2010 NXT either because that was bad. That was really bad. That was really bad. But if the mindset they're going down there with is if WWE feels like it's just straight wrestling, which I would disagree with because you have characters down there. But if they think it's straight wrestling, then if they think it's straight wrestling, then fine. Then fine. Then fine. I always think it's better to have a balance, or I always think it's better to have a balance, right? All right. You always
Yeah.
want to have a balance on your shows. You want to have a balance of really good wrestling and character work. You want to have a balance of smaller guys. You want to have a balance of
And
guys
you
that look
don't
like.
want all big guys. You want a half a big guys, half a small guys. That's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want. You always want to balance. Exactly. That's what you want. You always want to balance. You don't ever just want your roster to be dominated. So that's their thought that we want to balance of
And
that
then
stuff.
and it
And
also it's like what I want to say real quick, Cameron. It's like, you know, like no more midgets, just big guys, and but some small guys exceptions. Like I don't know what again. I don't know what's gonna happen with NXT. I'm very nervous about it, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's for the better, but very nervous about it. But it's like, with some AEW contracts coming up, you think WWE's not gonna want to try and sign some guys from AEW that contracts are coming up. You think WWE's not gonna try that? It's like, and then they may sign some small guys. So it's like, are they really gonna sign just big guys? That's you got to think about that. So I don't know what your thoughts on that, but that's just an assumption.
yeah,
I don't know.
uh,
I don't know. But
yeah,
we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Very, very nervous about it, but I'm hoping and praying to fucking God that it's not for the worse and for the better. One can only hope, but we'll see what happens, but very nervous about it. But anyways, we're gonna get started right here with the preview and predictions video for NXT Takeover 36. We'll get started. Remember, make sure to hit the like on the video, hit the subscribe button as well. Turn on the bell for all notifications if you're not done so already. It'd be greatly appreciated. Follow me on Twitter at FioriNick579. Follow me on Instagram also at at Nicholas Fiore 2014 over on Instagram, and follow me on Facebook at Nicholas period Fiore period 31 over on my Facebook page. You can add me as a friend on Facebook if you like. And then, like I said, follow me on Twitter at FioreNick579. Cameron, brother, where can we follow you on the Twitter sticks and social media and such? And also, speaking of Cameron, be sure to also with the CNE podcast, make sure you take a good listen to Escobar and Cameron at the CNE podcast. Great guys over there. They really like to talk wrestling, and really good guys over there with the channel. Highly recommend watching them.
I appreciate you, Nick. I appreciate you. And follow me on the Twitter sticks, as the homie DJ Storm says. Make sure you follow me on the Twitter sticks.
He sadly got suspended on Twitter, but hopefully he's okay. Shout out to DJ Storms. Hopefully you're all right, brother. And I'm sorry you got suspended on Twitter, and thinking about you, DJ Storms. Hopefully you're all right, and hopefully
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I spoke to DJ. Me and him going to Twitter headquarters, and we gonna kick some ass. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Me and him gonna go up to Twitter headquarters, and we gonna kick some ass. I talked to him about it. Don't even worry about it. But,
he'll be back. He'll be back, but hopefully soon on Twitter.
Back better than ever.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter at Cam71101. Make sure you subscribe to the CNE podcast, available on all platforms. A lot of good stuff going on over there. Also make sure you subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. If you want to get my thoughts on NXT Weekly with Joseph Collin over there, or if you want to get my AEW Rampage thoughts, every Friday at night, make sure you subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. You can see more of me over there.
Sorry, I was just doing the letter drawn with my finger. CM Punk week, by the way.
Yes, sir.
United Center, second AEW Rampage episode, United Center in Chicago. Can't wait to hear Cult of Personality of CM Punk, man. Can't wait. We're witnessing history, folks. We're witnessing history. The winds, like how Wade Barrett in 2010 with the Nexus, the winds have changed. The tides of winds are changing. They will be when Punk shows up on Friday on Rampage.
Yes, sir.
So can't wait for that. And let's get started with the Takeover card for Takeover 36 here, ladies and gentlemen. So we got 5 matches on the card, 4 of them being championship matches, 1 being a 2 out of 3 falls match, or 3 stages of hell match. And 1 out of the 4 title matches for Takeover 36, one of them being from NXT UK, actually. And we might as well get started with the card for preview predictions for Takeover 36. Might as well talk about the first match out of the 5, the NXT UK Championship match. Walter defends the NXT UK Championship against Russia's Ilya Dragunov, who is one of my favorites from NXT UK. The guy is awesome. Very hard-hitting. Good. He had a good match on NXT this week against Roderick Strong, and a good match last week on NXT also, folks, against Pete Dunne. Ilya Dragunov is awesome, man. Very hard-hitting, smash-mouth style, in your face. Dragunov and Walter, this is their second time. Their first time wrestling over the UK title for NXT UK was late 2020, where Walter won, but Dragunov wasn't pinned, submitted. He was just beaten to a pulp, just absolutely beaten for the ref stoppage. And so Dragunov really didn't lose. Then after that, they started rebuilding Dragunov up a little bit, giving him a vicious aggressiveness and such on NXT UK for weeks after that on NXT UK. And now we get Dragunov and Walter a second time for the NXT UK title for a second time with Ilya Dragunov versus Walter. I think we get Dragunov winning, and I think we get a new NXT UK champion in Ilya Dragunov. What do you think?
I agree with you. I think it's time. Walter
has held that NXT UK title since Takeover in New York when he beat Pete Dunne on WrestleMania 35 weekend in early April of 2019.
Yeah, yeah, so yeah.
He's held it for over 2 years. And Walter, and I read this on Twitter earlier today, I believe. Walter's not been pinned since I think the fall of 2020. I think it was October or whatever, that tag team match on NXT UK. In October 2020, I think it was Pete Dunne and Ilya Dragunov versus Alexander Wolf and Walter. And I think Walter ate the pin in that tag match. The match was very good though, but that was the very last time Walter was pinned. But Walter's been NXT UK champ for over 2 years now, like I said. And a dominant, very dominant reign, man. Very dominant reign. I would be very, very surprised if Walter comes out the victor here. But I think, and I love Walter. He's been a great NXT UK champion, in my opinion. He's beaten a lot of guys during his long ass NXT UK title reign, but I think it's Dragunov's time, and I feel like Dragunov must win. And I'm going Ilya Dragunov all the way to win this, man. I think Dragunov wins. I think he becomes the new standard bearer for NXT UK. Ilya Dragunov as their NXT UK champion over there in NXT UK, and I think we get Walter moving over to NXT in the US, and with Samoa Joe, who I think is going to win the NXT title on Sunday versus Karrion Kross. I think we sometime, like I think, and I'm predicting WrestleMania 38 weekend in Dallas next year in the spring of 2022 takeover there next year, WrestleMania weekend in Dallas, Texas. Walter versus Samoa Joe for the NXT championship in Dallas next year for takeover 2022 WrestleMania 38 weekend. What are your thoughts on all that, Cameron? The floor is yours.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. I think that's the match to do. First off, I think Walter's dropping the. It's time. It's time. Walter's been champion for what feels like 1,000 years. Walter's been champion for what feels like 1,000 years. Ilya Dragunov is very hot. Ilya Dragunov is really hot right now. He's really hot right now. Ilya Dragunov is very over. He's very over with the crowd. He's a great performer. He's a smooth,
intense.
Exactly. I see Dragunov. I see a future world champion in the.
Just look at the match on NXT this week with Roderick Strong and Ilya Dragunov when both guys were bloody.
Yes, that was a great visual of Dragunov all bloody.
Dragunov is not a soft wrestler, He's very, very hard hitting.
Sir.
Dragunov, like I said, he's one of my favorites in NXT UK. Him and Aoife Valkyrie, top two favorites, along with Miko Satomura, Nathan Frazier, and Jordan Devlin, my top 5 favorites easily from NXT UK. Dragunov is just awesome. Like Cameron said, you just know when it's someone's time, it's someone's time. I feel like if Walter wins, there's nobody else to face and beat Walter, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
Because Walter's almost beaten everybody.
I'm in agreement with you. I don't really know who else they have. I really don't know who else Walter drops the title to if he doesn't do it here. To me, it's time. It's time. Walter drops the NXT UK title, comes over to NXT, and you build to Joe versus Walter Mania weekend. I think that's the way to go, and I think that's the way they're going to go.
The two guys, Walter and Samoa Joe, by the way, two guys who both do the sleeper, the coquina clutch.
Yes.
Outside of Karrion Kross, but Samoa Joe versus Walter's chop. Can't wait to hear the Walter chop on Sunday.
I know we off topic, but I cannot stand Karrion Kross's sleeper. To me, he looks so stupid doing. He looks so stupid.
The cross jacket.
Yes, he looks so stupid when he does the motion. He does the cross jacket. He looks so stupid when he does this. He looks so stupid.
Well, I mean, I like Karrion Kross, but the guy is on Raw is just buried. It really is, but in my honest opinion and all. But Ilya Dragunov, Walter, I think we both got Dragunov on the board here. Dragunov, I think it's his time, and if Dragunov loses, it's like there's nothing. It's like what else is there for him to do? Also in NXT UK, and I think we were supposed to get this match in NXT UK, but it was moved to the States because Walter had some broken hand or whatever. And also, Walter and Dragunov, you need live fans for this. You're not going to do this in front of virtual fans too. And NXT UK doesn't have live fans back yet, sadly, for NXT UK. And man, do I miss those live fans for NXT UK, man. But I mean, Ilya Dragunov and Walter, though, in front of live fans at CWC, yes, but it needs to be in a large arena. Like, why is Takeover 36 not in Vegas? Why are they still in the CWC? NXT really needs to get out of the CWC badly, and I mean badly. They need to get back at Full Sail. They really do. Takeovers, they need to get back to larger crowds like they were before the pandemic, like Takeover Brooklyn and all. I know I'm not the only one who feels that way.
I agree with you. It might just be that. I agree with you. It might just be that maybe NXT isn't confident they can sell out a big building in Vegas. I don't know what it is, but
They could definitely sell it in Vegas. I know. I do know that for a fact. Or maybe they don't want SummerSlam to get outstaged by Takeover in Vegas on that SummerSlam weekend.
That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is.
Would not surprise me if that's the case, but and anyways, I mean, they got to get out of CWC badly, get them back at Full Sail where they need to be. Just get them out of CWC, get Takeovers back at large crowds. I can't wait for, like, with Takeovers back with large crowds, I can't wait for that to happen. It can't come soon enough, you know? But we both got Dragunov on the board here to become the new NXT UK champion. Next match, singles match for the $1 Million Championship. LA Knight versus Karen Grimes. To the moon. I'm Karen Grimes. And me, I'm fighting LA Knight at Takeover 36. I'm going to beat LA Knight. I'm going to become rich. And me and the $1 Million Man, we're going to be even richer together. No. Actually, no. Here's a better one. No, scratch it. That was terrible. Good old Karen Grimes. I'm facing LA Knight at Takeover 36. I'm going to beat LA Knight. Well, I'm facing LA Knight for a third time, but third time's a charm. I'm going to beat LA Knight, and I'm going to be the $1 Million Man, and I'm going to be the $1 Million Champion and make the $1 Million Man proud because Karen Grimes is going right and straight to the moon. Had to do it. Shout out to DJ Storms. I know he does a good Cameron Grimes impersonation. I know better than me, but I tried. But anyways, Cameron Grimes, LA Knight, $1 million title on the line. If Grimes loses, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase Sr. must become LA Knight's butler. I'm going Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes all the way, man. Cameron Grimes all the way.
I'm in agreement with you, Cameron Grimes. It's time for the. I'm in agreement with you, Cameron Grimes. It's time for the storyline to end. The people want to cheer Cameron Grimes
and have him get his moment.
Yeah, exactly. They want him to get his moment. He's been chasing the title for months.
And can I say, LA Knight is great. He is awesome.
Yeah.
I will say, though, about LA Knight, when he first came to NXT, I wasn't, like, really all excited about it. It was like, I thought it wasn't really exciting, to be honest. And then with the name change, LA Knight, I was so used to Eli Drake. But then it started to eventually grow on me, and now I'm really liking LA Knight, man. He is awesome. Talk about playing a good prick-like heel. Look at LA Knight. He is a damn good heel. He is what the Miz should be on Monday. He is what the Miz should be on Monday Night Raw. The Miz is just terrible these days on Raw.
Yeah, he is. I don't put that on Miz. I put that on the shit he's doing. But yeah. I agree. He's absolutely awful.
Yeah, that too. And the shitty Raw creative, and also Miz hasn't been the same since 2016, 2018. But yeah. But with Cameron Grimes, man, also one of my favorites too. Am I the only one? I've been thinking about this for a little while, Cameron. with Sami Zayn on SmackDown, he hasn't been on SmackDown for like about a few weeks now. And the Sami Zayn with the conspiracy theory thing. Am I the only one that thinks with Cameron Grimes they get a little Sami Zayn vibes with the conspiracy theory stuff? Except with Cameron Grimes, he's with like trying to get like except with Cameron Grimes is with this $1 million man storyline.
I think I'm in agreement with you. I think Cameron Grimes, the spot Sami Zayn is in, which I
On
don't think it's
SmackDown.
the yeah, exactly. Which, I don't think it's the spot many people want him to be in. Because they want him to be competing for world titles and stuff. But if you look at the spot Sami Zayn is in, in a bad, he's not in a bad spot at all. He's been cemented firmly. He's been cemented firmly in like that mid card heel role, and he does very well at it. And he does very well at it. He does very well at it. That is, if Cameron Grimes ever gets called out, that is what I could see him being like that solid mid card heel like Sami Zayn is.
Or like a babyface, which Cameron Grimes is now in NXT. But I mean, Sami Zayn hasn't been on SmackDown for about a few weeks at least now. But I do like Sami Zayn; he is awesome. But Cameron Grimes, one of my favorites as well. From NXT is Cameron Grimes, but like I said, I'm going Cameron Grimes all the way to win here. No, you're not going to have this storyline and just have Cameron Grimes lose. He's got to win, and I'm going Cameron Grimes to win this all the way. Should be a good match, and this is the third time they face each other. And I will admit, I thought Cameron Grimes was going to win at Takeover in your house back in June 2 months ago this year, and I thought that ladder match there, I thought it was Cameron Grimes' time to win, but LA Knight won, and some people thought that it was the some people thought it was the wrong move. And then LA Knight afterwards, when he beat up the $1 Million Man, did LA Knight right after Takeover in your house this year. And then it's like, you know what, LA Knight winning at Takeover in your house, that was the right move. And then the first time they fought, LA Knight won at Takeover in your house this year. Second time this year, NXT Great American Bash, where LA Knight won a second time with Grimes losing and becoming LA Knight's butler. And now the third time they're facing each other. 3 times is a charm, and I think Cameron Grimes is winning. I would be very surprised if LA Knight comes out the victor here, but I think Cameron Grimes is winning this all the way, Cameron. Where do you think LA Knight goes from here if he loses to Cameron Grimes here?
If LA Knight loses from here, I could see the main roster call up in his future.
Like if there's a draft this fall, do you see LA Knight in the draft?
I could see that happening. I could see him being in the draft. Or I think he would be a solid contender for the North American Championship.
I think so too. Either that, or if he's in the draft, which brand do you see him going to? I think he'd fit like I mean, if he goes to the main, I mean, now I don't want anybody in the main roster, but if somebody had to go to the main roster, I mean, SmackDown's no better, but I'd much rather, like, if somebody had to be called up, I'd much rather them be SmackDown than Monday Night Raw, because Raw is where careers go to die, and that is the truth, people. If you don't see that, open your eyes. Just look at what they're doing with Karrion Kross and Keith Lee. It's all you need to know with that. But if LA Knight had to be called up, I'd put him on SmackDown. I think he fit well on that mid card on SmackDown over the IC title. Could you imagine LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight versus Cesaro, LA Knight versus Big E?
Yeah. I think that could be very good. Yeah, I think that could be very good. But if you ask me, I think, and I hate to say it, but Monday Night Raw needs all the help they can get. So I think him going to Raw would probably be the.
I hope not.
Their choice.
I hope not, because I don't trust Raw with anything, and Raw's just the worst show on television. I don't know.
I don't either, but they need all the help they can get. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do I trust Raw with LA Knight? Hell no. But see what happens with LA Knight after Takeover 36. But either he stays in NXT it's either he stays in NXT after Takeover 36 or he ends up in the draft of Raw or SmackDown. But we'll see what happens. But I'm going LA Knight to lose and Cameron Grimes to win here. I think we both got Cameron Grimes on
the board here to win and to become the new $1 million champion. And I think we get Cameron Grimes winning the $1 million title, and I think we get $1 million man finally managing Cameron Grimes here. So that's my take on that. So I think we both got that on the board here. Next match on the card. NXT Women's Championship matchup. Raquel Gonzalez defends the NXT Women's Championship against her former partner, Dakota Kai. We had the breakup of these two a few weeks ago on NXT, where Dakota kicked Raquel right in the face. And then we have this match for Takeover. Do you feel like the match is rushed and all? And do you feel like one of these ladies is getting called up after Takeover? Who do you think wins this also? Like, I want to go with Dakota, but she's been on Main Event recently, so I want to say Dakota Kai wins, but I don't know if she's also getting called up in the draft and all. She may be, but I want to really pick Dakota Kai to win the championship because, one, I feel like Dakota really deserves it. She's been with NXT for how long now, and she has worked her ass off. She's really worked her ass off. She's been working really hard, and I feel like she deserves to get rewarded. And I think and she hasn't. And Dakota with the NXT Women's title, it hasn't happened yet, and I feel like she should really have that, in my opinion. And Dakota Kai is very good, and she's more than just a sidekick for Raquel. And I feel like Dakota should be really rewarded. I feel like Dakota should win on Sunday. And so that's number one. Number two, I like Raquel Gonzalez, and please don't take this the wrong way, people. And I don't hate Raquel Gonzalez. I like Raquel Gonzalez. She's come a really long way. She's gotten a lot better since Takeover Portland when she first paired with Dakota back at Takeover Portland last year in February 2020. Raquel Gonzalez has come a very long way. She's gotten a lot better. And she's way better than Nia Jax, by the way, is Raquel Gonzalez. I'd take Raquel over Nia any night of the week, any day of the week. And I like Raquel Gonzalez, and she's improved a lot. Raquel has improved a lot. But I feel like when you look at Raquel Gonzalez, do you build a brand? Do you build a show? Do you build a women's division around someone like Raquel Gonzalez? I don't think so. I feel like with Raquel, with her size alone, I feel like she mostly belongs on Monday Night Raw, just based off Raquel's size alone, in my opinion, because Raw's landed a giant. So I don't know what you think on that, Cameron, but those are my honest takes on all those few bullet points. But I want to get your thoughts on that, Cameron. The floor is yours, brother.
In terms of, or first off, in terms of what I have winning, I think Raquel retains. I think Dakota Kai is getting caught up to the main roster afterwards. I
hope it's not the case, but I would want to see Dakota win. I feel like she's been working so hard, and I feel like she deserves to get rewarded. That's just me, though.
Oh yeah, she has been. Look, she has been. Look, I don't want to see Dakota Kai on the main roster either, but the bottom line is they need women. They need women for both divisions because both divisions are falling off a cliff. So Dakota Kai could.
Though Raw's is like the worst. At least SmackDown, though, Tony Storm, Tegan Knox, and Shotzi Blackheart. Well, Tony Storm hasn't been on SmackDown in about at least a few weeks, but it's like, would you rather them be Raw or SmackDown? Raw is like the fucking worst. When you got Nikki Cross's superhero gimmick as the Raw Women's Champion, you know that division on Raw is fucking terrible. And Nikki Cross with a soup, and Nikki Ash, by the way, is not over. Twitter videos with recent WWE house shows, Nikki Ash coming to booze. Yeah, but Nikki Cross is over, man.
I was wrong
sure
about
she's
that.
over.
I was wrong about that. I thought she could at least make that gimmick work. I thought she could at least make the gimmick work. And boy, was I wrong. I was wrong about that. I was wrong about that. But in terms of who wins, and in terms of Raquel not being a woman you built the brand around, I think maybe she could. I think maybe she could be that, but she's not that right now. She
She's
could be
not
that,
ready
but I
right
don't
now.
think she's that
I
right
don't
now.
think. I
Yeah.
don't know. But if Raquel wins, who else is there for Dakota? I feel like ever since Tony, Tegan, and Shotzi got called up, the NXT Women's Division has been very weak with star power, man. They really have. They're
That's
finally
what.
getting behind Priscilla Kelly, which I'm liking. And I
Oh, that's
think
one
this
thing. The NXT.
Lacey or whatever, I think had an NXT vignette about, I think, what's the name again? I think Lacey something.
Oh, JC Jane.
JCJ. Yeah, JCJ. There we go. Thank you, Cameron. So you have to see Cameron's favorite, Cora Jade. Cora Jade.
We've yet to see Cora Jade. I wish she was
But
on television.
finally getting behind Gigi Dolan, aka Priscilla Kelly. But
I like
that
that.
NXT women's division's really lacking, man.
It really is lacking, but one thing I think
They really need an arm shot of adrenaline bad. Hopefully Kaylee Ray from NXT UK goes over there, but I don't know what needs to be done, but something needs to happen because they're lacking star power there in the NXT women's division. They're really lacking star power there bad.
Early does. One thing I think NXT does well is I think they do good with replenishing and like resiliency. So
After Takeover 36, hopefully they do replenish. Like we said in the beginning of this video. Like I said in the beginning of this video, very nervous what happens with NXT in the coming weeks, but NXT Women's Division, what I would love to see, Cameron, and I would love to get your take on this, Cameron. I missed the Mae Young Classic.
I do too. I think they need to get the Mae Young Classic back, but I think they need to get that back really, definitely. But one thing I think NXT does very well is because I remember a time. This would have been around 2016, right? This would have been around 2016. The NXT Women's Division this would have been around 2016. All the women that they had down there, a majority of them got called up. The majority of them got called up because they were getting ready for the draft. So the majority of them got called up. The Horsewomen got called up. Alexa got called up. Carmella got called up. And then they kept Bailey down there. And then Bailey got called up. Nia Jax got called up. So you had a women's division that was just Asuka and nobody else. But one thing Triple H did was he gave the icon. He started getting behind people like the Iconics. He started getting behind people like the Iconics and Ember Moon, and then and then Shayna Baszler came in, and then Kairi Sane came in, and then they had Bianca Belair come in, Dakota Kai come in, and that division all of a sudden. The division looked like it was on life support, and then boom, the division was right back where it was. I think that's one thing. I think that'll happen again because I think that'll happen again because that's one thing NXT does really well. I think that's one thing they do really well. If they lose like a lot of talent, if they lose a lot of talent in like their tag team division or the women's division, I think they do a good job of replenishing it. I think they do a good job of replenishing that talent. So
I'd hope so, but we'll see what happens. I hope and pray to God so because they need help there with that NXT Women's Division bad more than anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do, but I would bring in Kaylee Ray. Honestly, she's done everything there is to do in NXT UK, and now Miko Satomura now that NXT UK Women's Champion now over there in NXT UK and all. But I would like to see another Mae Young Classic, to be honest. So I'm hoping they replenish with the NXT Women's Division. Hopefully they replenish them soon, but very nervous, like I said earlier in the video. Very nervous to see what happens with NXT in the coming weeks, but we'll see what happens. But I think so. I want to say Dakota beats Raquel. I think Dakota deserves it. But do you also feel like the match has been rushed too? And if Raquel wins, who is there? Like Saray? I like Saray, but I feel like she has no character.
Saray's good. Saray's fine, but she ain't ready yet. Saray's fine.
Yeah, she's
fine.
She's a physical wrestler in the ring, but she has no character personality.
Well, I don't think that's fair. I like.
And also, since Io Shirai and Zoe Stark won the NXT won the NXT Women's Tag Team titles, there really has been no one for Raquel outside of Dakota, honestly.
Well, I was thinking that maybe Frankie Monet, Tyler Valkyrie, but she's doing the tag team thing right now, so I don't know what she's going to be doing.
I wouldn't say
Terms of
Frankie
who's
Monet
next-
with what she's doing now.
In terms of who's next, I don't know who's next. Maybe Mandy Rose. We haven't seen Mandy Rose on television in a while. Maybe Mandy Rose. I don't know.
I haven't seen her in a few weeks or a week or two.
Exactly. Maybe her. I don't know. But I don't know. I would have said Candice LeRae, but Candice LeRae is pregnant, so take her out. So take Candice LeRae out.
Yeah.
I don't know where they go. Maybe they
That
bring in
NXT Women's
somebody
division
from
needs help bad, man.
Exactly. Maybe they bring in somebody from NXT UK. I really don't know the direction they go in, but
Maybe some contracts from other companies coming up that NXT could try to sign. I don't know what I don't know. But the NXT Women's division needs help bad, no more than anything. But
they badly.
Dakota and Raquel, I want to say Dakota, but Raquel may win because Dakota may get called up to Raw or SmackDown soon. But we'll see what happens. But hopefully it's not the case, and hopefully Dakota does win. I'm picking Dakota because I'm hoping she doesn't go to the main roster. There's no use for Dakota to go to Raw. None.
Yeah.
None. Think she goes to Raw, she's done.
Yeah.
Done. So that's just my take on that, and Cameron's take on that as well. Next match. The 2 out of 3 falls match. Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, part number 3 in NXT. First fall, a traditional one-on-one standard wrestling match. The second fall, a street fight, and if necessary for a third fall, a steel cage match. This is very similar to Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole from Takeover Toronto number 2, SummerSlam 2019 weekend in August 2019 in Toronto, but it was over the NXT title at the time. This time, no titles on the line. And the third time, and they're calling it Undisputed Finale with Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly. A lot of rumors and reports that Adam Cole could be leaving WWE after this Sunday. If he stays or leaves, could go to AEW with Tony Khan, could stay. And if he stays, he could go. And if he stays, he may leave, he may stay. If he stays, he could go to Raw or SmackDown. But if he leaves, a lot of speculation, he could go to AEW and sign with Tony Khan. But I would be very shocked if Adam Cole wins. I think Kyle O'Reilly is winning. I think Adam Cole, is leaving. I think.
I agree. I think
I don't know.
Wins.
I mean, what do you think here? And Adam and I talked about this the other day this week. Like, if Adam Cole loses, he's out the door. He's gone. But if Adam Cole wins, he stays. I don't know what your take is on that. But what's your take on
that? Kyle O'Reilly wins. Adam Cole is gone. At least I hope so.
Yeah. I don't want to see him on Monday Night Raw at all. Getting buried by getting like squashed by Bobby Lashley. I don't want to see that.
I don't either.
But I mean, honestly, I want to say this at the end of the day. I really don't give a shit where Adam Cole ends up. I just want the man to be happy. And no matter where he goes, I will always support Adam Cole. I just want to say that right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in agreement.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm going with Kyle O'Reilly. He's not a main eventer in my opinion, but I mean, if Adam Cole's leaving, I think Kyle O'Reilly wins. I'm going Kyle O'Reilly. Do you think this match also, now with this match, want to get your thoughts on this real quick, Cameron. Does this match main event the show? Like, if Adam Cole is leaving, does this main event? Or does Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross main event? Do we get Cole and O'Reilly at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the show? Depending on what Adam Cole decides.
I would think this main events, because
over Joe and Kross? I don't know. I feel like Joe and Kross should really main event, but I don't know.
I do too, but I think this is main eventing because they got 3 falls, so they're going to be going a long, long time. So for that alone, I
don't
think
know.
they're going to be in the main event because they're going to.
They're gonna go. I feel like Cross and Joe should main event because it's the NXT World Title. But if Adam Cole is leaving, this match may close the show. But I don't know. I just feel like the NXT World Title match should main event. But if Adam Cole is definitely leaving, this may main event.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's Adam Cole's decision. But we'll see what happens. But I'm going Kyle O'Reilly on the board here. And I think Cameron's got the same thing too, right?
Yep, Kyle O'Reilly.
Now, yeah. So, and then we got the main event, the NXT Championship match, Karrion Kross with Scarlett. And Scarlett hasn't been seen in a few weeks, actually. Karrion Kross versus Samoa Joe for the NXT title. Samoa Joe was a commentator on Raw. And then I think it was April 15th of this year, he foolishly got released, and then Triple H got on him. He brought him back to NXT. Good on Triple H for bringing back Samoa Joe.
Because Triple H has common sense.
Triple H and Tony Khan Triple H and Tony Khan, they both have their finger on the pulse of the fans. Vince is just out of touch. And Triple H knows that Vince is a fucking idiot. Good on Triple H for bringing back Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe, this is his first match, I think, since February 2020. Like Samoa Joe hasn't wrestled. Joe hasn't wrestled since February 2020.
Yeah.
His first match in like a year and a half?
I think so, yeah.
And they had that really good brawl last night in this week on NXT as well.
Yes.
And Joe doing the suicide dive and all. Joe versus Kross. Karrion Kross is now on Raw. Apparently winning and losing to Keith Lee and Jeff Hardy as of late on Monday Night Raw. 50-50 booking on Monday Night Raw. What else is fucking new? But Joe and Kross, I'm excited for this match. I'm excited what these two men could do. These two guys right here. I feel like this should main event. I think it may, unless Adam Cole is leaving, but that's just me. But I'm picking Samoa Joe. I think Joe is definitely winning this match and the championship. No doubt about it, because Karrion Kross is now on Monday Night Raw. So if Kross is now on Raw, Joe has to win. If Kross is now on Monday Night Raw, Joe, I think Joe is I think Joe is definitely
the championship sake. They better get that championship off Kross.
What?
I said for the championship's sake, they better get that championship off Kross. Because
like when Karrion Kross, right? He debuted on Raw as NXT champion last month, and he lost clean to Jeff Hardy with Jeff Hardy back with no more words at entrance theme.
Yeah.
That pissed a lot of people off, including myself and Cameron. Everybody was pissed when that happened.
Because it was stupid. And if you read the reports, the plan is that they want this to factor into the story. They want to keep Scarlett off television. They want to keep Scarlett off television and then introduce her separately. To me, that's completely stupid because they're going down the Andrade route. They're going down the Andrade Vega route. If you remember Andrade when he was down in NXT, Andrade was losing matches and he didn't give a shit. He was always partying, whatever. He would lose matches this and the third. But then Zelina Vega came into his life and Zelina was like, no, dude, you can't do that. You got to do this, this, and this. And Zelina got that man's life together. That's what they're trying to do with Kross and Scarlett, but to me that's counterproductive. To me that don't make any damn sense.
Yeah, because Scarlett was with Kross already in NXT, and then it's like you're gonna have Kross lose on Raw, and then Scarlett comes along to motivate Kross to have him just win matches. It makes no sense because Kross and Scarlett, they were already together at NXT, so why even have Kross lose on Raw, then bring in Scarlett, and then have Kross win on Raw when Kross and Scarlett were already previously paired in NXT? It makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, it really don't.
The disconnect, it just goes to show you the disconnect between the main roster and NXT, man. It really does.
Yeah.
It's like Vince McMahon is so. It's like if Vince McMahon's jealous of his son-in-law because Triple H does it right and Vince does it wrong.
Yeah.
Or either that, or Vince's yes men are fearful because when Vince McMahon retires or dies or passes away, and when Triple H takes over, Vince's yes men are gone when Triple H takes over. Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn and John Laurinaitis, they're gone when Triple H eventually takes over.
Yeah.
And we all know Kevin Dunn and Bruce Pritchard and John Laurinaitis, they're afraid of Triple H too. And Triple H doesn't like them. So Joe and Cross, I'm excited for this match. Excited to see what these two guys could do. Should be a good match. Hopefully it is. It should be. Should be a good match. So Samoa Joe, I'm picking him to win. Karrion Kross, off to Monday Night Raw you go. And Karrion Kross will be Humberto level territory on Monday Night Raw. It's coming.
Yep.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately coming. Samoa Joe, if he wins this championship, and I'm excited to see Joe back too. I miss Joe. Joe is so good on the mic. One of the best promos in wrestling is Samoa Joe, and good in the ring. I'll never forget Samoa Joe's thing with AJ Styles in 2018 with Wendy. I was at the SummerSlam 2018 in Barclays in Brooklyn when Joe said to Wendy that he'll be your new daddy. That was great. That was great. But anyways, if Joe wins this match in the title here on Sunday, who do you think is the first in line for Samoa Joe? That's another thing to think about. And with the not just Joe and Cross, but O'Reilly and Cole.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that real quick before we wrap up?
On what? O'Reilly and Cole, or
Like, if Joe beats Cross, who do you think is the first in line for Joe after Takeover this Sunday?
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne. And I'm hearing rumors of he could be leaving. Apparently, Canyon Seaman, he's apparently fired because he fucked up the contracts of not only Pete Dunne but Adam Cole too.
Pete Dunne ain't leaving. Pete Dunne ain't leaving. Pete Dunne is not. Pete Dunne ain't going to.
I would be very shocked if he leaves.
Yeah,
but Pete Dunne has to leave and he has to go to AEW, man. Look.
First off, when I look at Pete Dunne, I don't see AEW. Second of all, I don't think he's going anywhere.
And I like AEW, but not everyone needs to sign with AEW.
Exactly. He's in a really good spot. And then
he's not buried.
Doesn't he work for NXT UK? Isn't he like a producer over there? I'm only asking that. Because I know for a fact. I'm only asking that because I know for a fact I've seen at least a photo of Pete Dunne backstage at NXT UK with the headset on. That's all I was asking. Doesn't he work as isn't he like a producer for NXT UK?
I don't know, but wouldn't surprise me. But he's also with Ridge Holland and One Lorcan and all, and Pete Dunne and all, and they're feuding with Ciampa Thatcher. And they've been feuding with Ciampa Thatcher, and Cameron with Timothy Thatcher and all. They've been feuding with Ciampa and Toothless Timothy Thatcher as a late NXT. So I would be very, very surprised if Pete Dunne is leaving. I think he resigns, but I'd be very, very surprised if he ends up leaving the company. But that's just my take on that. But Pete Dunne and Samoa Joe, that would be good. That would be good in my opinion. But Joe, all across the board, I think Samoa Joe is winning, and I think he becomes the new NXT champion and the 3-time NXT champion. Because remember, Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura in the history of the NXT title, only 2 men have won that title twice, and that's Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe. Joe being the first one to be the NXT champion 3 times, I think that could very, very well be, man. And Joe, I think he wins, and hopefully it's for the better. But Samoa Joe, I got him winning all the way. What about you, Cameron?
Joe wins the NXT title.
Samoa Joe all the way. We both got Samoa Joe all the way, man. We both got the Destroyer. Smojo all the way.
Yep.
And that is that for the preview predictions for NXT Takeover 36. Thank you guys so much for joining myself and Cameron for the preview predictions video for NXT Takeover 36 right here on the Furious Nation channel, right here on YouTube.com. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and all. Cameron, any last words and all before we wrap up and get the hell out of here?
No, that's it.
Alrighty. So hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button on that video. So be sure to hit a like on the video. Be greatly appreciated, you guys. Hit the subscribe. Subscribe to the Furious Nation channel right here on YouTube. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you haven't done so already, it'd be greatly appreciated, you guys, as I want to hit at least 60 subscribers or more by the end of this year of 2021. So make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. It would be greatly appreciate you guys. And that is that. And I appreciate you all. I love you all. And you guys really mean a lot to me. And thank you. And you do mean a lot to me. And I want to say thank you. And you watching and all, it means a lot to me. And I want to thank you for the support. And I always greatly appreciate you guys. And hit that like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell for all notifications. It'd be greatly appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. Follow me on Twitter at FioriNick579. Follow me on Instagram at NicholasFiori2014. Follow me on Facebook at Nicholas.Fiori.31. And Cameron, the Twitter sticks and the good old social media.
Follow me on Twitter at Cam71101.
On Twitter. Both of us like to talk wrestling, but it's like, it's good to have different opinions and all, but as Cameron and DJ Storms would say, there's a difference between an opinion and stupidity, Cameron?
Yep.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, like Cameron said, but don't come into a comment section with stupidity.
Yep.
Come into comments with stupidity, guess what happens?
You get blocked. You get benched.
The mute button or blocked.
I might just block. It depends on my mood. I might just block.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, and that's all, folks, for the preview predictions for NXT Takeover 36 this Sunday, on Sunday, August the 22nd of 2021 at the CWC, the Capitol Wrestling Center, for NXT Takeover 36. I'm Nick Fiori. This is Cameron Johnson from the CNE podcast with Escobar. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hope you guys liked the video, enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the preview predictions for NXT Takeover 36. And I will see you guys next time here on the channel for more good content right here on the Furious Nation YouTube channel, right here on YouTube.com. I'm Nick Fiori. This is Cameron. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Really appreciate you all. And thank you guys so much for joining. And I will see you guys later. Thank you.